Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Two Hands in a Radio, where we look at inexpensive radios and other stuff. Today's not going to disappoint on the inexpensive. But first, let's take care of some business. I have to thank Don and Chuck. Both of them donated to the channel. I know you hear Chuck's name all the time. He is probably my number one contributor. And Don and Chuck both donated some money, and I want to publicly thank them. It's just mind-blowing to me. I really appreciate the support, and all that money goes to turn around and buy radios like this just to bring content to the channel. I can't do it alone, that's for sure. I've been doing it alone for a long time, since video number one, and everything is appreciated. If you'd like to be part of that, there's a link down in the description box where you can donate to PayPal. Safe and secure, whether you donate $1, $2, $40, whatever it is. It's all appreciated, and every penny of it goes to buy radios like this. And that's about all the business of the day, really. Kind of change things around a little bit, and I always give everybody a personal email message of thanks. I think that's important. And I used to not say anything, over the YouTube land waves, or whatever it's called, the digital airwaves. I used to not say anything, and I thought, no, people need to hear that. I don't think there's anything wrong with a first name here or there. No one knows. I don't think I'm violating anybody's privacy. If you donate and don't want me to say a word, just tell me. You can add a message to it and just say, hey, just keep it anonymous and don't say a word. Okay, I won't. And I promise you that. So anyway, today, now some more fun stuff. That was fun. But now more fun stuff. We are looking at the Prunus Model L 218 AM. 218 AM seems like the time that I wake up a lot for some reason. Silly bladders. It is a digital MP3 radio speaker, AM, FM, MP3 player, LED light, does almost everything but the laundry, and it even has mega bass. Watch out for that, huh? Let's dig into it and see what we got. Hopefully this will be interesting to people. It comes from eBay for $17.99. And we've got a charging cable in the box. We've got the radio itself, an instruction sheet, kind of handy. Also got a beautiful day out here. And here it is. This is pretty and small and pocketable. Is pocketable a word? I just made it one if it was. It's 4.5 inches long, 2.5 inches tall, 1/2 inch thick. Looks like an old-time cell phone size or whatever. Maybe it's a new cell phone size. I don't know. On top we have the on-off switch. We have a volume wheel here. We also have didn't write it down, 14-inch antenna. So that's good. Doesn't need a whole lot. AM, FM, you don't need much of an antenna. At least with the FM. Pardon my voice, it seems like it got scrackly all of a sudden. Scrackly is another highly technical term for screwed up. And looks like we've got, I don't know if anybody can see anything down in there. It's not a very big, looks like it's a monstrous speaker, but it's not. It's just a little tiny speaker. 3 watts, which is kind of loud with these radios. We have a direct entry keypad, very important because there's not going to be a whole lot else you can do. Our MP3 functions are here. However, the middle button is also a scan for your radio. There is no tuning wheel. The only thing you can do is scan, and it stores each place that it finds in memory, and then you can just toggle through your memories up or back, and that's all you can do outside of direct entry. I know, not the best on earth, but I don't design the radios, so don't kill the messenger. It's not as bad as it sounds. Why is it not as bad as it sounds, Two Hands? Please enlighten us. It's not as bad as it sounds because FM, if you're in one location, it's not going to change. AM, it's going to change in the daytime, change at night. Do a scan at night, do a scan during the day. It locks everything in. Everything's okay. It's not like shortwave that would change every 15 minutes. It's not like shortwave that you've got to sit and turn a wheel or a knob for an hour to go through the bands. This is pretty well cut and dried AM, FM standard radio, and that's it. Mode button, very important because it'll take you from FM to AM to MP3 land. LED light on the side here. Doubt you can see it, but it is a bright light in a dark room. It's an old-time digital screen. It's the old red blocky kind of digital stuff of the 90s or whatever. May not even show up on camera. I really doubt that it does. It'll be hard for me to even see. But that's okay. On the right-hand side, we have a mini USB that we charge things with, the LED light. We have a full-size USB port that we can plug our MP3s in, such as this Gizmotron here. We can plug that in. We also have a headphone jack. It's not advertised as stereo, so I'm not going to confirm or deny it is or it isn't, but it's a headphone jack. On the bottom, we also have our micro SD card slot that we can, if you can see that or not, we could play MP3s from there as well. So we have two places to load up for MP3s. On the back side, we have the BL5C battery in behind this door that I have to take a small, tiny, flat screwdriver and pop that door off. I won't bore everybody with that today. For orientation purposes, the positive and negative go in the lower left-hand corner. BL5C, nobody likes it. It's just the old-fashioned cell phone battery that you can find for $1 or $2 on eBay. Not that big a deal in something that uses so little energy. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It makes it light, that's for sure. Left-hand side's absolutely nothing. The wrist strap, I do have to note, the wrist strap does come in handy because it has a key on it. What's the key for? The key to my heart is what it is. It fits back here in this little slot. Like I said, it fits here in this little slot, and it becomes your kickstand. And then it can stand up. Otherwise, without that, it's curved so much that it'll just fall over, and that'll be the end of it. Won't use that for this demonstration because we're going to hold it most of the time. Let's just get our antenna up just for giggles. And let's take a look. It should, and once I turn it on, it should start to play the MP3s automatically. I think. Maybe. Maybe not, like I said. Oh, we do have an auxiliary that, one of these, I think the full-size USB, you can change it, or maybe it's the mini, I don't know, whatever. Read your instruction manual, is always advised. The auxiliary, you could bring your smartphone or whatever, tablet, whatever you got, you could bring it in and pipe it through this speaker. So, because I guarantee your smartphone doesn't have 3 watts of power. So it does have an auxiliary, which you can't see, and I can barely see. Now we're on MP3 stuff. These are all YouTube library stuff, so we can play it at our leisure. Nobody will get uptight. Let's just see what happens. That's full volume. It's got a good audio to it. I mean, this is one you could sit around and listen to FM on and not get any ear fatigue, that's for sure. And you can just skip at your leisure, whatever you want to do. Or just play dancing radio, that's okay too. It's all about having fun. And we forget to have fun. Holy gee. pretty dark music. But that's that. So let's get out of that. What I do, and I don't know if you have to or not, I'm sure you don't, I turn it off before I pull that out. Just because. And it'll go to FM. I think it automatically goes to FM, either AM or FM, whichever you have it on last. I've taken the liberty of doing a scan just so it's not a 40-minute video. Puts everything in memory, and all you have to do is you can just sit back. Of course, you probably can't see the screen. We can't hover. We can't hover on any music, that's for sure. YouTube will pick up on it, and that'll be the end of us. Alrighty. I still walk in that. And you can go backwards too. If you say, oh, I missed that, what was that again? And you can go backwards or forwards. Kind of interesting. We can get a good idea of it anyway. Let's go to AM. Now the part I don't like about this, before I turn everything up, this is the part that kind of, I don't know. I am used to, if I set this at 5:30 and I start a scan at frequency of 5:30 and I start a scan, I will, I don't do it on camera just for the sake of time. But if I'm at home and I'm doing nothing, I'll set it at 5:30 and I'll rotate the radio and listen to see if I can pull that in. And then I'll go to 5:40. I'll rotate. I'll go to 5:50. You're starting to get the picture. It takes a long time to do that, but that's the most rewarding for being able to rotate an antenna around and pick something up. Problem is with a scan that this doesn't sit here and rotate through each one, and it scans so fast that there's no way to rotate. So I don't like the scan on the AM, you know, but that's just me. Picks up all the local stuff. You could enter in, you know, your local stations. You can enter them in. If you've got them memorized, just hit the buttons and just go. You know, I don't know if 700 WLW will come in or not. Probably not, because I'm in a different location. This is location number 3. We're probably about, 20 miles away from our usual locations. So who knows what's going to happen here. But let's just go backwards quickly. There's channel 1. It just doesn't. AM is probably good for local stuff. But as far as I mean, if you're disappointed that you can't do medium wave DXing with a $17 radio, the problem's not the radio. You're way off base with that. This is not designed for that. This is designed to throw in your shirt pocket and listen to what you can listen to and not be picky. This is designed to be out in a boat with you and oops, it fell overboard. Oh well. That's what this is designed for. This is not designed for I can hear 1,000 miles away. And you gotta get that out of your head, because there's gonna be that one person. I can't DX or that. That's no good for me. It's a $17 radio. What do you expect? Well, I know what you expect. You expect a $1,000 radio for $17. So good luck. Let me know when that works. Anyway, rant over. Sounds like a little Pacer basketball, maybe. And that was our local station, because I'm a long way away from our local station now. And $13.99, that's not even going to be anything around here. And I think we're all the way back. I mean, we got nothing on AM. It's pretty depressing on medium wave, that's for sure. You can get your local strong stations, and that's about it. So anyway, told you it might be a short one. Yeah, the Prunus Model L 218 AM. What do I think? My final thoughts. It looks nice. It's really pretty. It's got a car finish on it, car shine finish, I guess, whatever you call it. It's really pretty. The red and chrome really are neat. It's got a lot of functionality to it for what it is, a little AM/FM radio. You know, as always, I'd love to have seen a tuning wheel on this. Maybe give up a light and something and put a tuning wheel in, just so you could try to be a little more delicate with it. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could sit here and go 530, turn, 540, turn. You could do that. I mean, I will give it its workaround. We don't have time for, I don't have time for that. I don't have the attention span to do that here. It would just put everybody to sleep, and I don't even want to think of the comments that I would get for doing that. But you could do that. I don't think you're going to find much. Honestly, don't think you're going to find much even doing that. AM is really, really weak. FM is awesome. It's got a great sound to it. MP3 stuff, got a lot of different ways to go. That's nice. LED light. It's nice. I mean, if you drop your keys, why, you can always find it at night. You know, there's positive to it and there's negatives. Nothing's ever perfect. It's a neat little pocket radio, and that's about it. The white Prunus, I can't remember the model number that comes to my head right now. The white Prunus is a better AM/FM radio. But that's all you really get. It's just an AM/FM radio. You don't get a lot of the little bells and whistles. So it's all really what you want. And that's the name of the game. That's the reason for the channel, is to show you all these different radios to where you can make up your own mind of whether you like it or not. Oh, I could show you my surroundings. My surroundings are really different today. My surroundings are actually kind of pretty. Let's go this way while I talk. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, that's okay. Dislike it. There's an old abandoned house here. That's kind of cool. I love the architecture of it. Spring is here. All that good stuff. And we're back to this. Yeah, if you don't like the video, dislike it. I'll tell you how that works. YouTube just looks for interactions. And if you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, it's all equal. It's some kind of a response. So if you dislike a video that much, the best thing to do is not do anything. And I hope that makes sense. At least that's the way I look at it now. I used to look at it and say, boy, 3 people didn't like it. I wonder what I did wrong. No, it's not for everybody, and I understand that. And it's okay. This radio is not for everybody. So if you dislike something, hey, you had a response to it. It's just like art. Back in my artistic days, or is that autistic days? I don't know which. You know, when people would criticize a painting or a drawing, it was a response. The worst thing that can happen is no response at all. The worst thing that can happen is to look at the likes and the dislikes and have 0 of each. And no comments. That's the worst thing that can happen. If there are comments, if there's likes and dislikes, hey, it's a response. And that's all we can ask for, is some kind of a response. Anyway, hope that helps clear that up. Feel free to leave your comments below. Fill the tip jar up. That's always appreciated. Yeah, keep your comments civil as possible. We do live in a strange culture, so keep it all as civil as possible. And that's all I got. The Prunus Model L 218 AM, $17.99 on eBay. People will ask over and over, where do I find it? Where do I find it? Look on eBay. Google. Google is a friend. You would be surprised the amount of answers you can find just by going to Google. And I am dazzled every day that people that do not yet understand that. Google is your friend. Google knows everything about you. So, anyway, I digress. Hope you have a good day. Man, it's beautiful out here. No wind, sunshine, it's a perfect day. And I hope this inspires you to pick up a radio and give it a spin, give it a listen, and we'll see you at the next review.